We're live.
Yay.
We're live. OMG. So this is not a graduation. This is a celebration of experiences. Because Dr. B said I ain't graduating. And me neither. I'm not graduating either. I'm still in.
Yes.
So for everyone who is new to the channel, welcome. We are live on the Christian Witches YouTube channel. We are live on the Valerie Love TV YouTube channel. And we are live on the Christian Witches Facebook fan page. So we are live globally, internationally. Come on in, get your groove on with these witches. We about to get into their experiences. So we're going to introduce, and I'm going to start with the senior initiated witch, which would be next to myself, which would be, and with Wiz in between. It's me and then Wiz and then Queen Hadassah. So Queen Hadassah, you want to introduce yourself, and we know you have a Zoom to hop on to in a few minutes.
Yes.
So Queen Hadassah, how you
Hey, I feel like I've been with the Love Tubers forever. So Love Tubers, everyone, you know who I am. Queen Hadassah is my queenly name. As I arrived at a juncture in my journey, and I ended up with that name. So I had several names along the way, and we'll talk about that. So is this just a brief introduction, Rev? And we'll go around. Okay, so briefly, I am Queen Hadassah. I have been to every mystery school. I've been through the Temple of Mayat. I've been through so many things to get to this point. So after my sisters introduce themselves, I'll tell you a little bit about my journey.
I love it. I love it. And you've had quite a few ayahuasca journeys too, haven't you?
Yes, I have. 9 of them. Okay.
Quite a few. The mother knows you very well.
Very well.
Yes. All right, we're going to go to Icy next. Icy, the medium, author, initiated witch, and the deliciousness, and global traveler, went to Peru.
Good evening, everybody, wherever you are located. My name is Icy. You'll hear you'll hear more about me soon. I love talking to people about spirit, teaching them about how to use their gifts, how to embody what the actual experience of spirit is like. So that's what I do. That's what I coach people on. That's what I teach people on. And we'll see what else we're supposed to talk about. So I'm complete.
I know that's right. Platinum lifestyle coach. How you loving? Isn't that Coach Madeline? The luxury lifestyle coach. Is that Coach Madeline? Platinum lifestyle coach. Let me know, platinum lifestyle coach. Are you Coach Madeline? How you loving?
Well, we can't see the YouTube on this end.
Oh, you can't see it all. I see in the chat. So I'm checking. All right, let's go to Divine Lady in her song. And if you're not speaking, mute your line so we make sure we don't have any feedback on the line also. Divine Lady in her song. How you loving?
Hey, I'm loving. I'm Divine Lady Ninhursag. I've been in this community for a little while now. So since about 2017, I found my soul family here in the Christian Witches YouTube community, Facebook community. So yeah, I've been around for a good while now. So a lot of you know me. My new spiritual name is Queen Vashti. I am initiated, and this has been a beautiful journey. I've learned so much about myself. So I can't wait to share that with you when we get to that point.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. So you all, for everyone watching tonight, the witches, including more witches, these are a few of them that were in this class. We've had many more in this class, right? And so we have a few of you that are sharing your experiences tonight of being in the mystery school, of initiation, of a whole year of being on Zooms every Monday morning at 5 a.m. Wow. Wow. And of traveling the world, because you all were, as part of your initiatory year, you went to Sedona, and we had rituals in Sedona, you were in Peru, plant medicine in Peru. Let me tell you, family, how bad these witches are. In Peru, these witches did ayahuasca, some of them twice, San Pedro, and the Temazcal. The Temazcal is the sacred sweat lodge, and walked the Inca Trail. So can we start with Peru? Because Peru was mind-blowing. That was the most recent experience. Peru was mind-blowing. It was mind-blowing this time around. Who wants to talk about it first? Queen Vashti?
Yes. Peru was a lot. Peru was a major experience, and it was a pivotal moment for me in my spiritual journey. It was definitely necessary, and I had been called to Peru years ago, but the timing, when spirit says it's time, then it's time. You may get the calling at one point, but you may not actually experience the journey. Well, all of it's a part of the journey. You may not actually find yourself on Peru soil until, some time later. Yes, Peru, it was a lot. I'm still processing Peru. I had major experience in Peru. It was joyful, but I knew that it would be a joyful experience. Lola was introduced to the family. She's a part of me. She is.
What do you want to say about Lola? Because Lola was amazing in the ceremony. Amazing.
Amazing. She is matter of fact. She is the divine feminine. She is also feline. She is amazing. She just is so sure of herself, and that is a part of me. She is
Can
me.
you tell the family who Lola is so everyone's on the same page?
Okay, sure. So as we were having our ayahuasca experience, of course, you drink the brew. Coach has talked about that many times, about the plant, the root in the leaf and the vine in the leaf, and it's made into a brew and you drink it. And at that point, my experience happened pretty fast. As soon as I drank the brew and I began to relax, because I was like, all these things were going through my head, and I was like, okay, just stop, just relax and lay back and allow the experience to happen. So as I did that, immediately, I mean, it was almost instantaneous. I guess I felt like that because I was in the experience. An actual energy entered into my body. It was as if I was looking out of a window. My body was the vessel, but I'm looking outside of it. And originally at first, it was kind of like she was checking out the vessel that she entered. And I'm talking about Lola at this point. She was the energy that entered my body, and she entered from the foot of the mat that I was laying on. So she entered from my lower body and came on up in. And she was checking.
Let me ask you a quick question right here at this juncture.
Okay.
When this entity entered your body, what were you experiencing right with that? And blessed full moon to all our family members that are saying happy full moon. This was a beautiful full moon week. On Monday, we had the full moon. What was the experience that you had as this was happening?
Okay, so we're in there. Everybody has taken their brew. We're in the experience, and I'm laying down. I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and relax because I don't want to do anything to hinder me having an experience. I can't go home without an experience. That was my thinking. So the shaman was playing the music and he was walking around, and I really thought it was the shaman at the foot of the mat because I saw a shadow. But then my legs were really warm. Like my legs started getting warm. And then it was my thighs, and then it was my stomach area. And then I was fully I was fully in the experience. Lola had fully entered me at that point. And I call her Lola because that's the feeling that I got from her. That's what I named her after the experience. She never said her name was Lola. So yeah, that's what I was experiencing, like a really, really warm sensation. And I'm pretty subdued. I'm pretty conservative. So when she started performing, because it was an actual performance, she was very vocal. There were things that were said that I thought was me because I was thinking it, but when it came out my mouth, it was another voice. So she was very,
it was a different being. It wasn't
yes,
you. You know, as I was in the experience and I heard it speaking, and it was comical.
very,
Was it comical to y'all?
yeah.
Queen Hadassah and Icy, was it comical when you all heard
Yes,
it?
it was. I kept because she was so entertaining. She was at a party. She was having fun. She was asking questions. She was laughing at her own jokes. She was looking around. She was checking it. It was just very, very entertaining.
Yeah. And Katina, I'd never do that. So yeah, it
And
was
you know
pretty.
what was very fascinating about her? She was very calm and she was
Mhm.
simply very present. And she was simply asking questions and she was very engaged with the whole thing and very
Mhm.
calm. And usually people are not really calm in an ayahuasca experience, especially their first ayahuasca experience, because it's so
Yeah.
unfamiliar. And so I thought you had completely receded to the background and this entity came forward. Is that what happened?
She entered, and yes, I was in the background because it's literally the only way that I can explain it is like I was in this room or box looking out through my eyes. I was looking out the windows of my eyes. And she had taken over. She had literally animated my body. I was surprised she didn't get up and dance because she did everything but.
She probably wanted to, but you know, the body was probably in a relaxed state.
Yes,
And
very.
the other thing, yeah, and
When
the other thing I want to say,
when my hands without me, I wasn't doing it. That's when I knew because my hands were moving like, and then she sat up. I, I wasn't doing that. She was doing it. Hmm.
there's something I
So
want to add to this. Uh-huh.
no, I'm
There's
complete.
something I want to add here that's very important for everyone to know, because someone may be listening and not completely and may say, oh my God, I'm going to go in an ayahuasca experience and the entity is going to enter me. But this is the very important thing to understand. We had shamans, we had the shaman, his
Yes.
wife, and two other shamans. It was 4 shamans up in there. Wasn't nothing going to pop off in there that wasn't supposed to pop off. These are not straight entities just running around jumping on people. These are not negative entities, like entities that are lost souls and things like that. If something came in there, it was supposed to come in there. It is an aspect of you. It could be one of your ancestors. It could be one of your spirit guides. It could be any number of entities that are helpful to you, because the whole thing, oh, that shaman had that thing locked down. Did he not?
He did. He very much so did. And this is something. See, when you have these experiences, you have to journal them because there's something that I didn't mention that is very important. Before the entity entered my body, there was almost like a drum sound, and I was doing it. I was patting my chest, my shoulder right here. And it was like, if you've ever seen, I think you mentioned like when someone's being mounted, it was that
Yes,
steady
and that's what they call it in Europe or in EFA. That's what I'm familiar with and what I've
right.
seen and what I've, yeah.
And so that happened first. It didn't just like happen. There was a introduction, like it was coming. I know at one point I thought to myself, well, hell, I signed up for this part of it. And the rest of the people, rest of my people that are with me, am I the one that signed up for this part? To be entered, to be mounted?
Well, you know what's very fascinating about it?
Was very...
we may not know exactly what entity is going to get in contact with us. In my very first ayahuasca journey, I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know I was going to get a new name and that I was going to have downloads of plant medicine healing. I didn't know what was going to happen because our conscious mind is this little tiny thing. It doesn't know much. So now you are opening yourself. This could have well been an entity that has been with you for a very long time. And now you're completely connected with this being.
I would agree with that. And I would almost even say maybe she's Egyptian, because she was so elegant. I mean, when I have visions of her, she's so elegant and she's laid out. And, in Egypt, cats were, almost worshipped, like they were honored, So she was definitely a very positive entity. I know she's a part of me. I'm still processing her, because that goddess energy she's very goddess. I mean, she drips it. She's like, oh, there's no way. Yes, this is just
very sophisticated. And she was she's very sophisticated. She's extreme. I kept getting the sense that she was one of your ancestors.
Really? Okay.
Is it
I can
possible?
go for that. I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Is it possible, or has she told you exactly her origins?
She's definitely possible. She's definitely possibly an ancestor of mine. Yes, because we were definitely linked. And right at that moment where I say just relax, I told myself just relax, and then I started to drift off. And at that point, that's when all the magic started happening. And I'm very glad that I met her. I'm very glad that she came forth, because she gave me a new sense of how I can embrace the goddess. And the goddess is definitely within me, as I've always known, because I always talk about the divine feminine and her place here now on the planet to help us evolve to the next level, to the next stage of our evolution. The divine feminine is the key, and we have to embrace it. Not just women who express the divine feminine, but also the divine masculine has to embrace the place that the divine feminine has on this planet. She's very important, and she's here to assist all of us in our evolution. So I have a new outlook on her positioning and what she does and how she's assisting us. So I'm so happy that I met Lola firsthand, and we're going to have some more contact with her, and I'll share with you all, what she brings forth, what she has to tell us, and how she can help us.
I love that. I love it. We're going to go to Queen Hadassah next, because I think Queen Hadassah has a Zoom that she has to hop on in a few minutes. So Queen Hadassah, what was your experience like Peru?
Well, we're going to start at Peru, which is sort of like the culmination sort of the journey. And, it was my second time in Peru, and my 9th ayahuasca, which is really crazy because I'm like, I can't believe I did that 9 times. But the truth is,
wait a minute, we got to do a celebration on that. Woohoo!
Yes.
You have 9 ayahuasca ceremonies, and that's a lot. That's saying a lot, Queen Hadassah.
Yeah. I can't believe that, when we talk about this journey, and I'll go, a little further back in a second, but the things that I've done, I really didn't think, if someone says, well, you're going to do this, I'll be like, oh, I don't think so. I'm not doing that. But honestly, this time it was really different. And it was really shedding a lot of things that were unnecessary. And I learned in these journeys, or this journey in the San Pedro, is that, you know, ayahuasca and these things are tools, and it's to help you to, you know, the Peruvian people, they believe in journeying and using plant medicine to help in that process. And that's how they connect spiritually. And I got to learn that, which was beautiful, because plants were always something in my life, and I was healed with plants in my early life. And so, you know, what I did learn from the mother this time is that I'm complete and everything is within me. And I have access. I have access to ayahuasca at any time. I have access to myself. And I have access to, if I want to journey and learn something, I can do that. And I've learned the skill to do that even without ingesting anything. It's really about a deep meditation that you learn. I learned what is my modus operandus for healing. And it's really more at the energetic level and really disentangling what people believe, what is real, what is not real, more scientific, you know, mumbo jumbo, the quantum. These are the things that really turn me on about spirituality. And so, let's just go back to the beginning. I have this is my very first journal that I had.
When you say the beginning, do you mean like the very first Sedona retreat?
The very first Sedona retreat. This was okay. And it bothers me to read it because I'm in here and I'm saying so many things, but this was called my Journal of Brilliant Ideas.
No doubt I'm saying some mean things about Kaisi because I be laying it on people.
Oh, I was probably saying some mean things. Who does she think she is? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm right. This was
people get hot. Do you want to know something, Queen Hadassah? Someone emailed me the other day and said, Reverend Val, I'm so sorry. 12 years ago, please forgive me for that email I sent you. I was in a different place. Do you know I didn't even remember what the email said? I was like, okay, I didn't even remember. I was trying to remember. What did the email say? I couldn't even remember. After 12 years, she said, please forgive me. I'm enlightened now. And I was out of pocket. I'm good. And she was in one of our master classes with us the other day. I was so happy to hear from her. I was so happy. So that's not unusual.
Yeah. This was my very first journal. And since then, I have accumulated so many. So this was my root chakra journal. This was my ayahuasca journal. This was my travel journal when I decided to go on the road with Kaisi and travel all over the world. These were my Enlightenment Circle journals. I kept filling them. Yeah. I have so much content. Then I rolled over into
you got books.
More books.
More books.
Journals. I filled these journals. This one was my wealth meditation. It's all on what is this? That's right. All of it. Yes, the whole book. I have so many journals. And I fill them from the things that I've learned on this journey. I have an encyclopedia knowledge, because when I came to this process, I had no idea what I was doing. I was hurting. I was lost. I was like, I did everything that I thought I should do, but I'm unhappy at a deeper level, not just, well, you know, I need a new pair of shoes, just at the core. And so when I started this journey, it was a hot mess. And I could say at the end of it, I've done so much. I think the baby was writing this book in Bali. And this is my philosophy, my workplace voodoo book.
Workplace voodoo.
Yeah. Do you know how much trouble I got to naming this book Voodoo? And that's you, Divine Lady, because you gave me the name of this book. Thank you.
In Bali.
In Bali. Yes. So my sister, for the record, Queen Vashti, Divine Lady Nin Herzog, named this book Workplace Voodoo. And I got so much flack professionally for that.
It fits perfectly. It's what you teach.
Yes, and it's my philosophy. It's based on science, and I haven't seen anything else like it, and I will definitely teach from it. But really, this is who I am. I'm a learned person. All of these books, it represents something to me. It represents me paying attention, me sitting down, me listening, me taking notes, me incorporating the notes, and putting it to practice. When I first started this journey, my life was very noisy, and now it's very peaceful, very calm. I don't have anybody chasing me, trying to get me. Nothing's out to get me. Everything on earth is for me. I'm safe on earth. I have some mantras that are just ingrained in me, and when I hear anything contra to that, I already know what to do. Just so many things. Oh, this is you. If you remember this is from the ayahuasca, the Shipibo.
Yes, Shipibo shaman. Did Maestro give you that? You got
yes,
that from Maestro, right?
Yes, yeah. This was a gift from the shaman, and I also have the beads and everything. I didn't have the top because it couldn't fit my top, so that's the only thing I need.
Those Peruvian ladies and people are so tiny.
Yes.
So when they went to put this stuff on me, even me, I'm not even that huge. And they were like kind of stretching it.
Yeah.
They're nice and petite.
Yeah. Just everything, traveling all over the world. I have more stamps in my passport than ever before. Just being exposed, just being, learning and gaining the confidence. Someone said to me, well, why would you take off on this divine journey with someone that's so public, that puts everything on YouTube, and you're not like that? I said, well,
that crazy witch, you're with that crazy witch.
Exactly. I said, well, I guess because she got my attention, and I think it was an aspect of my healing, because hiding, I didn't realize, was a form of shame, and I was ashamed about a lot of things in my life. And so hiding behind computers, behind everything, just not coming out was getting over that was an aspect of my healing that was necessary on this walk. So of course I needed someone who'd have me all over YouTube and Instagram and all over the place, of course, and as you say, Divine Lady, that is not really me. I'm more private. However, I've learned, and now anyone can get me on a video. I can get on there. I wouldn't even care. I'm not shy, and I will say what I have to say. And that's all a testament from going through this process.
Through this incredible, deep, spiritual, profound journey that you've been on with us for many years. Absolutely. I got to tell you something, Queen. I was going to say Divine Lady in the song. Queen Hadassah. I have to tell you something. When you did that video on Facebook with the tooth situation, I was like, ding, 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 ding.
Oh, that was on YouTube.
What will people think of me? Which must be dropped on the spiritual journey, and to be authentic to oneself.
Yeah, absolutely. And that video is on YouTube, and it's still there. It's on my, what is it? Dr. B on the Beach YouTube channel. But even having a YouTube channel, even doing any of the things that I would have never done these things. And, if I had to share anything with anyone, I'm like, start now, start today, and don't delay. Don't be like I said, don't be 50 and just now making an intention to do something. If your life is hurting you, change. If you're going to work and your leg hurts, maybe you shouldn't go there no more. If your arm hurts because you have a job, stop doing that. My work with Workplace Voodoo is all about choosing the God plan for your life and leaving the plan that you made up, because I made up a plan for my life and it wasn't it. And it was killing me.
Wait a minute. Hallelujah. Wait a minute. Giving up the plan I made for my life. Giving it up for the higher plan my soul already set out before I came here. But
that is the hardest thing.
Right? Yeah.
That's the hardest thing, Rev, because, my desire is to work with women who have had it and they're ready and they want something different. You can spoon feed the babies all you want and get them ready, but when they're ready to do some real esoteric learning and learn some stuff and conjure some things up, that's what we're going to do. I work with people who are ready to master them, who have mastered themselves and ready to go to a higher level, who want to enter what we're calling the queendom and learn to be a queen, learn to hold that energy, learn to hold the divine feminine, learn to hold, who you are, whatever form you decide to take. And, I came on this journey and found the path of the witch, which was interesting because I'm like, it was weird. It's an avatar. And I'm like, but that's so me. There's parts of it that is me. And I'm like, but there's parts, so I got to explore aspects of me. And I decided, well, I can be whatever I want.
Absolutely, you can. The one of the things, right? Come on, right? Hallelujah. Look, I love what RT said. She said, wait a minute, there's a Christian church witch school. How do I join? I love that. Yes, there is a Christian witches community, global community. Christian witches YouTube, Christian witches Instagram, Christian witches on Facebook, and ChristianWitches.com. and the Christian Witchcraft book series, on Amazon. So yes, it's a global community because a lot of us were brought up in the Christian church. We weren't ready to throw out our Bibles, even though we know that we're magical and we know that we're witches, wizards, magical beings. And yet I found great insight, magical insight, allegory, principle, law, universal secrets, cosmic secrets in the Bible and the Apocrypha and the Pseudepigrapha or the Book of Enoch. Oh, come on.
Yes, and that's the other thing. I was introduced to a whole new vocabulary, a whole new library of books. I haven't even shown you the laboratorium full of stuff. And, really understanding what we're all magical. Every last one of us born on this planet is magical. It's up to the individual to find their path and the path that makes sense. And sometimes, you may not, and you're right, you may not be on the same path the whole time. You might be here, you might be there, over there. I would have never thought to, I liked plant medicine and I explored it, but I didn't think about booking a plane ticket and going to Peru, until there was a reason to do so. And I went with a group of people who were, like-minded and supportive. So it really does matter who you do these things with. And it really does.
That is a key right there. It absolutely matters who you are with because energy is contagious. And I do not lay down in an ayahuasca journey with just anyone. And everyone who came on the ayahuasca retreat with us, everyone who comes on retreat with us, we have conversations in advance. We have an application process. We have a lot before we even go on the retreat. And even still, once we get there, it's so intense and the energy is so high that it just brings up a lot of your shit. It really does, which I love. That's one of the reasons I love traveling the globe and doing our retreats like we've been doing. I've been doing this for 16 years and I freaking love it. Because nothing will stir up your stuff like global travel and going and having plant medicines or rituals on the side of the mountain like y'all witches love doing in the middle of the night. You walking around in Sedona and all that stuff, doing fire rituals and wolves and everything. Nothing bothers us.
It's just fun. To me, it's a lot of fun.
It was fun.
Doing this stuff to me is fun. I don't know about the rest of my sisters, but it's fun. And to me, when people are like, oh, you're doing all this stuff. Well, nobody is, binding someone. No one. We're having fun. We're enjoying ourselves. And we're not harming anybody.
That's important for people to know that it's not just about spells, and we're doing the great work. We're doing the work of the soul, the alchemy of the soul. Yes. So yes, it's fun and we get to travel and have all these experiences, but keep in mind that you're gonna be triggered. Your stuff is gonna come up because this is about know thyself. The first rule of the mystery school, know thyself. This is about getting to know you. And a lot of times people say, oh, I know who I am. Well, as soon as you say that, you definitely don't know. So get ready to dig deep if you want to have major, major life-changing experiences. Yes, that's
Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe. Okay, we gotta
Ashe.
get Icy in on this conversation because
Yes.
Icy.
So I will stay for a few minutes to listen to Icy, and then I'm tipping out.
Okay, yes,
I
yes,
have to
yes,
hear
yes.
Icy.
Okay, go, Icy, the medium author of the book on how to be a medium, and this incredible, powerful medium, and in the church, all of us love some aspect of Christianity or gospel music or church. I never met a church I didn't love. We're all witches that love I love all the religions. I love all of them. I get something from all of them. So Icy was leading praise and worship in the church. You a medium leading praise and worship in the church. Talk about it.
Ooh. Okay, well, I first want to say, before I joined the mystery school, I was at a point where I said, I'm through with the church. I don't want nothing to do with it. I didn't care who all in my family was, whoever. I didn't care. I was just done. And that was after starting to ask really hard, deep, serious questions at 8 years old. You know, why are we here? Why do we believe in this God? Why do we worship this God? What is the importance of studying scripture? That led to praise and worship and understanding how in the church energy is moving. We're doing invocation. We're inviting the presence of God to come in. And when I joined the mystery school, at first I didn't know what to think. I said, what is this?
Icy said, what am I getting myself into?
Yes, because so it's so dynamic and amazing how all of us have come together, because when it comes to Reverend Valerie, you know, you came into our life all at the same time, but some of us said yes and I said no. My first time I said no because I was raised a Christian and I was told my entire life, you stay away from that witchcraft is bad. And I got to a point where I was just ready to decide for myself. You know, I don't want to just go based on my previous experiences or what people told me. I want to know for myself, because I've always been drawn to very magical things. I want to connect with the trees. I want to I want to learn about herbs and how I can naturally heal my body instead of carrying around a bag of prescription medicine jingling and jangling everywhere. Like, I just really wanted to connect with my real purpose,
Create
which
a
goes
hailstorm
right into
on
my
the medicine
galactic
wheel.
signature. No, I'm sorry.
Create a hailstorm on the medicine wheel.
Oh goodness.
Girl, let me tell you. Bring a hailstorm from heaven. Do you know I put you in my book? Icy, you're in 13 Signs You're a Witch. Did you read that chapter about yourself? I didn't say your
I
name
didn't read
just
it
in
yet.
case you didn't want to be put out there like that. But yeah, everyone who has my book, 13 Signs You're a Witch, if you're trying to figure out if you're a witch or not, let's answer the question definitively for you. And the chapter is in there dedicated to Icy. Yeah, powerful witch. Continue.
So and coming from this huge Christian background, everybody is like, what are you doing? You know better than this. And oh my gosh, you're worshiping the devil. And in fact, I had somebody just recently ask me, what type of Christian are you? And I said, I'm an evolved one. Like, I'm not looking to judge nobody. I don't have a heaven and hell to put nobody in. I just want to study. I want to study the scriptures a certain way where it helps to empower me to connect with myself. How can I nurture myself with the scriptures? Like, what am I really looking in it for? Like, I don't want to just show up at a place and I'm just there and somebody gonna teach me something and speaking to me and then, oh, I'll see you next week for my next refill. No, I want to experience and embody the whole thing as a spirit having a human experience. And so being able to put together Christian and witch, it throws so many people off. And a part of me kind of loves that, because there's no box you can put me in. I can just be me. I can just be raw. Whether I want to praise God, whether I want to feel energy, I can just be me. And that's what I love about Christian witches. So when everybody's like, oh, you're studying witchcraft and you gave your soul to the devil, baby, if the devil told me to wake up every week at 5 a.m. and study some scriptures, I promise you, that ain't what he wants.
I promise you, the devil don't want a bunch of witches to get together that know about the Bible too. I promise you. And I'm telling you, if the devil is real, he's slacking on his fucking job because he's supposed to be getting us, but he haven't yet. He's slacking. He's a slacker. That's what I came to the conclusion. He's a complete slacker because I haven't seen him yet, and he hasn't done shit yet in nobody's life that I know. If he does exist, he's sleeping on the job.
Well, and still at the same time, so I'm not looking to judge anybody. I don't have a heaven to hell to put nobody in. In fact, now when I read the Bible, it's so metaphysical. It's so ever unfolding to me. When I look at the example of Christ and the devil, I'm looking at, okay, is this my higher self and this is my ego? Which one am I going to feed? Which one am I going to nurture? When I think about Christ going into the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights, I said, dang, he went in there to overcome himself. Dang, he showed me how to do it. Dang, I can tap into this divinity. Dang. So when I think about Christian witches, I'm on a whole nother level with it. So when she said, what type of Christian are you? I'm evolved. I'm different. I want to embody this thing for real. And so what I do is I teach people how to embody it, how to feel it. So many people, oh, there's no God. I've never felt anything. Come talk to me. Let's feel it together. Like, I love this. I want to feel, embody, and experience what it is I'm here to do. And that's my purpose, is to help others find their purpose. And let's experience spirit together. Just really quickly about Peru. I got my whole life in Peru, okay?
But can I just say mic drop on what you just said, just like mic drop. Okay. Yes. Now on to Peru.
So in Peru, so I'm somebody where I would hide myself so much because I'm worried about what people gonna think. What are people going to say? I didn't even understand validation. Like, I didn't understand it. I thought sharing myself with people, I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm sharing because you're going to share and then we're just going to have our experience and whatever. I didn't know. And this, again, goes back to my galactic signature. I'm a wind. I'm learning how to embody the human experience. And so I didn't know that sometimes when you share certain things, it automatically comes off as validation, because if you didn't need the validation, why are you talking to them about it for? Like, I didn't get that. And so in Peru, I've had this massive shift of, now I can clearly see I'm in my ego completely. I'm in the spirit. I'm in love. I'm in the other things like fear, jealousy, lack. Just like, it just rips so many things apart. It's like, this is it. This is it. All of my shit came up and I'm so glad.
Oh my God. Now, did it come up in the first ayahuasca experience, the second ayahuasca experience, San Pedro, the Temazcal, or walking the Inca Trail? Like, where did it happen for you? Or all of the above?
I'm going to say it started when we had the interview for Peru. It was just like, oh, you said you're going? Oh, yeah.
You're saying something powerful right now, because family, what you must understand it. When you go to ValerieLove.com and you click on global events and you see all of the global events that are coming up, and you start to formulate in your mind that you're going, your transformation starts then. The retreat starts for you when you see it and you say yes or no. And even if you say no, it's still working on you. So continue. It's starting on you an application. Go. Talk about it.
And then you asked me, you said, what intention do you have for Peru? And I said, I don't want to come back the same. My God. I don't want to come back
people say big, bold statements, I say, do you know what you're asking for? Just to be certain. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So again, I'm somebody where
and you knew what you were asking for. You knew.
I knew because I said, I got to a point where I got sick of hiding myself. I got sick of in my head, oh, this is who I want to be. This is what I want to do. Being in the mystery school really helped give me the confidence, the courage to just jump. Like, I was, you jump rope and you waiting to jump in. I was doing that for so long. Oh my gosh. So long. And I feel like with the mystery school, it just ripped the Band-Aid off. What are you waiting for? What are you trying to do? Whose approval is the final approval for you to just say yes to myself? It was my own. It was my own, and I didn't know that.
That you yourself give yourself permission.
Yes.
Not people around you, not the church, not the pastor, not mama, not daddy, not anyone.
Yes.
You give yourself permission to be all of you and all you're created to be. Hallelujah.
Yes.
That's beautiful, Icy. I'm gonna tip out, ladies. Beautiful
Yes.
love tubers, Instagrammers,
I'm so happy you dropped in
Facebookers.
and share your experience.
Yes,
You know how much I
more
love
to
you.
come, more to come.
More to come. More
See
to
you
come.
all.
Love you.
Love
Love
you.
you too.
Love you. Okay, so continue, Icy. Do tell. Continue.
So in Peru, I participated in 2 ayahuasca experiences: San Pedro, the Sweat Lodge. In fact, I did the San Pedro and the Sweat Lodge.
2 ayahuasca journeys, girl. Your first go round.
Yep.
You were brave.
And I did the San Pedro and the Sweat Lodge at the same time.
Yeah. You went into the Temescal, and family of Temescal is a sacred sweat lodge. And the Lakota, I've done many sweat lodges, and the sweat lodges that I was reared on, I guess you could say, was bred on, were always those sweat lodges with the Lakota, and they're different than the sweat lodge in Peru, which I've experienced twice now, once with you all and before the last time we went. And the sweat lodge in Peru, which is called the Temescal, and it's also called the Temescal down here in Mexico, sacred ritual. This is a sacred ritual and a sacred space of heat, of stones that are sacred stones that are heated to thousands, about like 5,000 degrees, something like that. 7 sacred herbs are used in the Temescal in Peru. So what was your experience of all of that? I mean, it was a lot of heat in there, wasn't it? Woo! Hot, baby.
Well, I know
Yeah.
at first I was nervous because I don't like to be hot. I would rather be naked with the wind on me than hot. So I was nervous. But
and look, you used to hailstorms because that's what you bought when we were in Sedona. So here we are in this super duper heat. I mean, it's hotter than hell. I ain't never been, but from what
I
they
love
tell me.
But I'm a fire witch, so I loved it. It was heaven.
You're a fire witch.
I am.
You're a fire witch. I'm an air witch, so air feeds fire, which is good.
Yes, it does. That's why we just work so well. And then
that's why we just be getting our magic. Just get the magic. Just get it.
Yeah.
So I see. So what happened for you? If you were sitting right there grinning from ear to ear in that Temescal, you were looking so happy. She was grinning from ear to ear. Now some people were suffering, and some people were just laid straight out. You know, different people were having different experiences. You look like you would look like you was smiling from ear to ear.
I felt like I was at home, and it shocked me because I was like, I'm gonna be hot, I'm gonna be sweating, I thought I was gonna be the one to run out. That's what I thought.
Because they do give you the opportunity to exit if it feels overwhelming, or go out and get a breather for a minute and then come back in, because it's so pitch black in the Temescal and hot that you really can't, your mind can't really make you think that you're smothering, especially when they throw that water on the hot stones and it's just pure hot steam. I mean, it's hotter than any steam room or any sauna you've ever been in. So how was that for you? The dark is pitch black. You can't see anything.
I was happy. I noticed I was, as the shamans were like doing the chanting, I was chanting. By the time we got to the end of the 4-hour experience, my foot was on the hot rock. I was on it, and I didn't notice because I was just so into it. I didn't even feel like myself. I just felt like complete energy, And then there was a moment inside the sweat lodge where I felt connected to my ancestors, my Native American ancestors, which a lot of my family, we don't talk about them. But I felt like this sense of good job. You reconnected that part back to the family. And so I was happy when they opened the sweat lodge. So, I was like, oh my gosh, it's over.
And look, we've been here for hours. And they have several rounds in the sweat lodge. They have the first round, hot stones, hot, hot, hot. Close the flap. And then, you crawl in. First, you circumambulate the sweat lodge before you go inside. You walk around the sweat lodge before entering it. It's sacred walk around the sweat lodge. And then you have to get on your knees and go and enter the womb again. So we're really being reborn. And so you enter the womb, the sacred sweat lodge, and it's round. It is that feminine round, and it feels like a hug. Every time I go into the sweat lodge or the Temescal, it feels like a hug. And then we're sitting there, and the shaman's in there, and everybody's got their bathing suits on, or very scantily clad, because it's super duper duper hot.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 7 sacred herbs.
I love that explanation of entering the womb again and exiting reborn. Yeah, that was beautiful. And the one exciting part about Temescal for me is that my spirit animal showed up. So when he says, "Who's connected with the wolf?" and nobody said anything, and I was like, me.
I wolf. Yeah, the shaman said that wolf came.
Yes. And I got a shirt. Remember when we were at in Mexico, I got a shirt when we were in Chichen Itza. When we were leaving, I got a wolf shirt. Yeah, with my spirit animal on it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then
wolf showed up. Powerful. That's a powerful spirit animal.
Very powerful.
Yeah. So I see. How was your ayahuasca experience?
Well, I had 2 very different experiences. Both amazing. Both were quite shocking. The first time I noticed that so they ask you who's sensitive, and they say if you're already sensitive to certain experiences, you don't get a full cup. So I didn't know what to expect. And then right away, I started to feel like I was being pulled, and I started fighting it.
You started fighting your ayahuasca experience right away. You started fighting the mother. Oh my. It's not good to fight the mother. I find it's just better to surrender. Just go along.
Because I kept thinking.
Because once you drink the brew, it ain't no turning back.
Yeah. Well, he made the announcement like it could take a while. And so right away, when I noticed I was feeling it, I was like, it's too soon. It's too soon.
But you were an ayahuasca virgin. That's probably why it started taking effect right away, right?
Right away. And then that's when I heard Divine Lady, and I was like, oh.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, I was the first out the gate. I was the first out the gate.
You were the first one out the gate, but you weren't the first one to puke, though, were you? Who popped first?
Actually, my
Oh, I see. You popped first.
That was mine came after my experience. I was able to hold
after your experience.
After my experience, that's when I let it all out. I was able to hold it all the way through that. Because I was about to when I heard Icy. Then I was like, hold it.
Hold on to it. Ooh, and then after a while you hear
yeah.
It was at first I didn't have it didn't come out this way, it came out the other way. I had to run to the bathroom. It came out the other direction. Because sometimes you do, poop a lot. She gets it out of you. However she got to get it out of you, she gets it out of you. Okay, so I see. Do tell. Then what happened?
So once, I watched Lady for a while, and then I heard her say, something about just relaxing. And so then I kept hearing, okay, just relax. And I was like, okay, let me stop fighting. You know, I don't know what's going to happen. Let me just stop fighting. And then I felt like I know they say that the San Pedro is a heart opener. I felt my heart open in that first ayahuasca experience. I felt this like great power. And every time I would let go, then I felt like a strong force shoot through my chest. And then I started speaking different languages. And I noticed after a while, I started fighting that because
you know something, I think that if you're prone to speak in tongues, if you're in church, if you already have that, probably when you have the plant medicine experience, some of those same portals would be active. And a question from Ty, how you loving? Ty asked, what are you vomiting up? Very interesting. Would somebody like to answer that? What are you vomiting up? Fascinating.
unmute.
What would you say? Oh, Divine Lady in her song, unmute. What are we vomiting up?
Yeah, physically, it's the brew, but spiritually, oh, it's many things. It's many things. It's many things that you're releasing that you no longer need once you've had the experience of ayahuasca. So many, many things.
And you know, it's fascinating. They call it the rope of death or the vine of death because literally sometimes it feels like something is wrapping like a serpent. And in the mother ayahuasca is like a serpent energy. The heart of the mother is a serpent. And so sometimes it feels like a serpent is wrapping around your midriff and squeezing, almost like a cobra. Did y'all have anything like that? That felt like it was expelling something, like squeezing energy, and then it just comes out.
Yeah. Oh, you
So it
had
can come
that.
out many different ways.
Yeah.
It's a purge. It's a purge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Continue, I see.
That's actually what I was fighting with because I felt like it was only 5 minutes, and then and then it was just like it just felt like a. I remember you said something where you said where if you feel more nauseous, stop fighting. And so I was just feeling that, and I didn't want to let go. And so once I did, I started to get all these different memories. One being why I was so attached to my family and their approval was I was revisited with a past life, and I saw that I lost my entire family in a fire. And I was allowed to feel that pain, to just purge. And I was just crying like I was there in that place again. And so when I decided to do the second ayahuasca experience, I decided, okay, I'm not going to fight it all. I'm just going to see what happens. And it was completely different. So the first time I'm having past life memories, I'm speaking multiple languages. The second experience, I think I fell asleep. I just went right into this night vision, and I received a lot of information, a lot of instructions. Another past life memory where those who don't know me, I have a lot of experiences surrounded around sex, sexual trauma, sexual molestation, abuse. I don't publicly talk about these different things because, it's not stuff I want to talk about. And so in the second experience, I was brought to a past life where I was actually a sex worker, and I didn't have any of this guilt and shame. But in this experience, I had this boyfriend who didn't like that I was doing that and didn't like that I was happy with it. And he killed me. And because of that death, that's where I got the guilt, the shame, this is dirty, this is wrong, this is nasty. And right after that realization, that's when I purged the second time. So it was just like, okay, I purged, I released the shame, I released the guilt, I released the judgment of judging other people for what they feel they need to do. That's their choice, that's their life. Like, I just feel different. And even with the experiences I'm having now, everything goes back to everything that happened in Peru. I'm able to truly reflect on my experiences. How am I holding on to this? What do I need to release? What do I need to let go of? What do I need to accept? How do I need to move forward? How do I maintain my inner peace, my inner joy, regardless of anything that happens outside of me? So it's still integration for me, but that's what's been happening ever since Peru. Just consistent consistent change, growth, reflection. Just, I'm still there. I'm still there.
Wow. Peru was earth shattering for us this time around.
Yeah.
It was
It
earth
was.
shattering, right? I think
Yeah.
for everyone that was there, it was earth shattering. And I'm
Yes.
really thankful for it. I'm very thankful. Right?
I
Tyler, did you hear something? How were you in the Temescal and Sweat Lodge?
Oh, the Temescal was wonderful. I loved it. I was in
Unmute?
heaven. Oh, am I not? I'm unmuted. Can you hear me? Oh no.
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So yeah, Temescal was absolutely. I wish it was longer. That was my experience. I was having such an amazing time. Like I said, I'm a fire witch, so I love the heat. Uh, so it was great. The eucalyptus leaves were so cool, and oh, I smelled like eucalyptus.
Wait a
And
minute, we forgot to talk about the eucalyptus leaves
yes, the
that they had
eucalyptus.
all over the floor, all over the, oh my goodness. It was like walking on just rose petals, except it was
Yes,
all eucalyptus leaves. I forgot
yes,
about that. They smelled so
yes.
good.
It did smell good. And even after
So
I did my
aromatic.
laundry, they still smelled like eucalyptus leaves. Like it was so so powerful. Yeah,
Look,
that was
because those are the real eucalyptus
real.
leaves off of
Yes,
the plants that grow right there on the land the shaman is on. These are real plants. These
yes.
are real non-processed. I mean, I think we're living such an artificial life in the
Mm-hmm.
United States or in the Western world, in the very advanced Western world. I think a lot of us are living such artificial lives
Yeah,
that when we smell real things from nature and experience the real power of nature, that's why I love to take myself out of, the modern
yeah.
world and put
Mm.
myself in nature. Nature is so potent. It's very powerful.
Very powerful. Well, I'll tell you, I did, my Temescal was awesome. My spirit animal showed up. I was so relaxed. I was so happy. I was in a joyful state. That was awesome. It wasn't really anything, extra that happened. I was just at peace there. But I will tell you about my San Pedro, which I hadn't shared.
The
Yeah.
San Pedro, you guys took it the same day as the Temescal, right? Just before the
No,
Temescal? Oh, you took
no,
yours on a different day. I
Dr.
see
D.
you and our other sister took it the same day as the Temescal, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Queen Hadassah and I took it on the same
Right,
day.
you and Queen Hadassah
Yeah.
took it the same time. Ooh, it was just before we left.
Yeah. That queen gets me wrapped up in all kinds of stuff
Oh, y'all
because I
get
didn't
into
even
all
mention
kinds of adventures.
Rainbow
Y'all get into
Mountain.
all kinds of adventures in all
I
these
never
foreign
mentioned
countries.
yes, never
They're
mentioned
lovely,
Rainbow.
though. They're lovely.
Yeah, Rainbow Mountain. That was
Rainbow Mountain. She took you
Rainbow
all the way
Mountain.
out to Rainbow Mountain. Y'all was
Oh
practically
my
crawling
God,
up.
that queen gets me in all kinds of stuff.
Oh my goodness, when y'all told us the story of Rainbow Mountain, I was like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't go. Rainbow Mountain, what? All of Peru is a mountain. We're going to Cusco, Peru. It's sitting on the top of a mountain.
Yeah. But it was beautiful. I really want to tell y'all about San Pedro though.
Tell us
So
about
for me, yes. So for Dr. B, Queen Hadassah and I, we met up with the shaman and we went to his place. And we're the only two there. The lady, I think she's a shaman or her husband's a shaman, and she accompanies him. So they're taking care of us. And hey, San Pedro. Now, the first thing is you get a little shot when you take ayahuasca. When you take San Pedro, you get a huge cup.
And I don't know why they can't make a plant medicine that tastes good. Why
Tastes
it
good.
all tastes like roots and twigs and
Yeah.
dirt. And I haven't tasted one plant medicine that tastes good yet.
Yeah.
Not one.
Not
The
one.
big old glass of San Pedro. Drink it
Big
down.
old glass. Then Yeah, you get it all down, and then she pours a little more water in there to get the residue. Like, oh my
Swirl it around and take it to the head. Oh my
yeah,
God.
yes. Okay, one moment, I have a someone that asked to say hi.
Is that my Kiora? Kiora! Hey! There goes our little magical being. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. Yay! How Kiora? How you love it?
Coach asked about you the other day. She was like, I
I
want to
sure
say
did. I said, that's my little lady.
hi. So yeah, she's just getting ready to go to bed, but she came to say hi.
Oh, that's beautiful. Mwah. Love you. See you later, sweetie.
Okay. All righty. I'll see you. Okay.
Yes, indeed.
So yeah,
Love it.
Pedro is a heart opener later. It's a heart opener. And oh my God, I did so much releasing. I cried and I cried and I cried. And I cried some more. It opens your heart and you cry. I cried. And
And you know what was so interesting about San Pedro? I could look at a leaf and be like, that's so beautiful. Looking up at the sky. Oh,
yeah,
I tell you, there was a shaman that was with us the first time we did San Pedro. Two shamans were with us, right? One was our lead shaman, Kush. And the
yeah.
other one was another shaman that was working with him. And the shaman, and we were off and Wiz was with us this time. And we were off walking the Inca Trail. And it was a group of us, it was about maybe 9 of us all together. And we were walking the Inca Trail. And this shaman, every time you look at him, he was just like, he was just tears, tears, tears. And Kush was, you know how Kush chuckles. He said, he drinks San Pedro 3 days. He was kind of chuckling at him because 3 days this shaman had been drinking San Pedro and he was just bawling. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It is very beautiful. And I don't think I was thinking about anything in particular. I wasn't thinking about anything. It was just, I was just there in a space and I was releasing all these tears. And I had the impression that I was crying a million tears for my ancestors, for generations of my family. And I just released. It was just, and then finally the lady, I guess the wife of the shaman, she came to me and she gave me something, and it kind of helped me to relax and release that. But the cat showed up again.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
In a different way. The feline energy showed up again.
Okay.
And I was making these noises, these cat noises.
Okay.
I even kind of hissed a little bit here and there, but I couldn't stop. It was
your name is Cat.
It is there is something in the name, you all. There is something in the name. And this energy stayed with me, and it wasn't Lola, but it was a more masculine energy. I do have a strong masculine side. It's not as strong as my feminine side, but I can be a little, straightforward, kind of, sort of. And so it can
energy, I guess you
strong.
could say. I have a lot of strong energy too.
Yeah.
Before we go further, Icy, I know you've got to hop off as well for in a minute. Are you good for a minute, or do you need to hop off now and you can tell people where they can contact you? You can tell people, where they can contact you.
I do need to go, but I can stay for a minute.
Okay. So before you hop off, tell people where they can contact you, because when I wrap up, I'll tell folks how they can connect with the Mystery School and start on their initiation journey, since they've met some of the witches that have been in the Mystery School. We have many more witches that are in the Mystery School and that have been in the Mystery School. So we brought a few of them on tonight. So I see you want to share how people can get in touch with you.
So you can get in touch with me at icythemedium.com or at icythemedium on all of my social media platforms, or Icy the medium Kendrick off of Facebook. So, and just quickly, I didn't get a chance to answer one quick question about how is it that I'm in the mystery school and I'm also leading praise and worship in the church. And one thing I can say about that is the fact that I love the experience so much. And for me, when I view praise and worship, I'm able to view it from the standpoint of creation, experiencing out to, it's like a creator creation. So I'm able to experience both sides. I'm able to live in that energy, live in that abundance, live in that flow. So I don't have to separate the Christian side from the magical witch side. I can just show up authentically happy and be me. So you can reach me at icythemedium.com or icythemedium on all social media platforms. That's it.
That's integration.
Yes.
That is integration, family, because they lied to you. I mean, if you watch any of my videos, you know Christians, you've been lied to. First of all, the Bible that you have, they smashed it all together and made it one book. It's very apparent if you read this thing that this is many different books. They smashed it all together and made one book. So maybe you ought not to read it from beginning to end like it's one book or one continuous story. Maybe there's more to it than that. Right? Maybe there's more to it than that.
Yeah. When people ask, how can you do this or how can you do that? I think, well, what's coming to me is they don't realize that they're all powerful and they can do anything they want. Like, because
they've been so conditioned to believe that you have to pick something Christian.
Yes.
Just be that.
That's the point I'm making. Yeah, you don't have to choose. You can be anything you want to be. And if I want to be
ye are gods.
You can be anything. You have that much power. You are a creator. You're a child of the creator. You're a co-creator. Yes. So you can be anything you want. You know, and when people ask those questions like that, how can you do this? How can you have tarot cards and be a Christian? How can you do divination and be you can do anything you want. And let's also keep in mind that we've all been created by the creator. So like, we didn't just ask for these things, these gifts, you know, they were a gift to us to use to assist in the advancement of humanity. So our gifts are for everyone. They're not just for us. Your life is not your own. That is key. We're here to be in service. So our gifts are for humanity, and others have gifts also. You just haven't tapped into those gifts. We all have something to offer. So instead of thinking it's something demonic or something strange, you married to the devil or whatever because you're a witch. Like, come on. Did you think about those things before you said them? Or when somebody told you, did you question? Like, we're human, you know, we're in this human form. We're spirits having a human experience just like everyone. So these gifts are not, they're gifts. Gifts are good. They're gifts. This is a good thing, you know.
It's a good thing. And I don't know if Christians are reading the Bible, because Joseph in Egypt had his divination cup. I'm not sure if they're reading the Bible. And how many people saw angels, and Jesus was arrested for being a sorcerer, and Jesus spoke to many demons. So I'm not sure how many Christians. There's a witch of Endor that practiced necromancy in the Bible and was able to successfully summon the spirit of a prophet. I'm not sure if Christians are reading the whole Bible or if they're simply listening to what they've been taught. And I'm not sure if they're understanding what they're reading. I do know that there are some very enlightened Christians that understand the Bible and the Bible's secret meaning and the esoteric meaning and the gematria of the Bible. And there are many Christians that do understand that. And then I think the masses are just confused and their minds have just been overtaken. And that's exactly why I do the work that I do, so that we can all wake up.
Yeah, this work is very important. So back to Peru.
Really
Yeah.
quickly because I have to
Oh,
go.
you have to go.
Yeah, really quickly because I have to go. One thing for me is that I absolutely love praise and worship. I love being able to just be fully in that experience, and so I'm not going to fit in every church. I'm not going to fit into every witch room, but I get to just be me and be happy and show up authentically. And so I'm really grateful for everything that I learned at the mystery school, for the many sisters I connected with, and sending y'all love. I'm out.
Yay! Yay! And we love you, Icy. And don't go with no hailstorms tonight, okay?
Maybe we'll
This is a powerful
live
witch right
about that
here.
a different
And
day.
you know what I love about it? I love that you were raised up in a church and that your grandmother taught you that the things that they were doing in church was energy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Energy.
Yeah.
Everything
Awesome.
is energy. So we must break away from dogma and doctrine that limits the divine being and step into understanding everything's energy. Congratulations.
Amen.
Congratulations, Icy. You did it. Well, congratulations. I tell you, you did a spectacular year in the mystery school. And of course, you were with us even before then to really dive into the mystery school for the year, to show up every week at 5 a.m. on a Zoom every Monday morning. Lord Jesus.
That was
more
work.
than no, wasn't it? That was more than we ain't doing that again. Trust me. The next class of the mystery school, we're not doing that.
What a difference an hour makes, because we used to do the enlightenment circle at 6 a.m.
We used to do the enlightenment circle every morning.
Every day. But
Every
getting
day.
up 1 day a week at 5 was way harder.
Oh my God. That's 5 a.m. every Monday in the mystery school for a whole year. And it was wow. It was just beautiful. It was just beautiful because wasn't it beautiful? And I'll tell you one thing to find Lady in her song. Did I meet my resistance on more than one occasion? Yes, I did.
Yes. Yes. And that was something that we didn't touch on when we were talking about, the leading up to Peru, like before you get on the plane. It starts before you get on the plane. It starts as, like you said, as soon as you say yes, your stuff starts coming up. Your stuff starts coming up.
Yeah. You experienced that too when we were going to Bali, right? That there was some challenges. I experienced it on the way to India when I went to India with Dr. Pillai. I went to India, to the airport 3 times before I actually flew to India. The third time was when I flew to India.
Yeah, I spent the night in the airport because I missed my flight. And I spent the night and I cried like a baby. I cried like a baby. Yeah.
I was just telling someone that story the other day, that on the way to Bali, that you missed your flight for the Bali retreat. You're booking 5 days Bali retreat. Yet, look how Spirit hooked it up, that you and I met up in, where were we? Taiwan? Or Singapore?
Hong Kong. Yeah.
We were able to meet up in Hong Kong.
We were able to meet up in Hong Kong, and it worked out, but it was tough. It was tough. I was in that airport all by myself. Nobody's in the airport after a certain time.
No, not in the international airport. After the last flight goes at like 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, that airport is empty, cleared out. You better find yourself a little bench and lay down.
Get you somewhere and sit down. Yeah, and I had to wait 24 hours because the flight 24 hours later. So yeah.
Well, wasn't it worth it though? By the time you got to Bali,
and at the time, the gentleman that I was dating, he said, "Okay, I'm gonna come back and get you," and I was like, "No, do not come back and get me.
I'm staying at this airport until they send me out.
I'm not leaving this airport unless it's on a plane." And I was determined. Yeah.
Because what we don't always understand is that there is a mechanism in our own consciousness called
Mm-hmm.
resistance, which is simply another word for fear, that does
Mm-hmm.
not want us to advance, family. And it will do everything in its power. Now, some people call it the devil, but I have no basis for believing in the devil. And I have no basis for believing in the devil. I've never seen him. I have no evidence for a devil. I do, however, have evidence for the egoic part of our mind that would
Yes.
cause us to stay little, stay in shame and guilt, and not
Yes.
living our dream life. I have evidence for that.
Yes.
And I've seen it in my own self and in many people that I've coached over these 16 years to move beyond themselves into a great win. That was a great win that you had. Woo! Come on! Come on, say
That
money
was a great one. Yeah. I was
Thank you.
determined.
Lots of love. Lots of love to
Yes.
you. Yes. And
And
Lynn, I saw you earlier. I just got to give a shout out to all the members. Members, did you get Decode Yourself? If you're a member of the channel, you got the newest book, Decode Yourself. Please tell me, are you decoding yourself? And how are you using the book? And are you working it? Are you working it? Continue, Divine Lady Never-Song. Uh-oh. Am I the one frozen or are you frozen? Okay, family, put in the chat if you can hear me. Am I frozen or is Divine Lady Never-Song frozen? Because it looks like something got frozen. And I don't know what end it's on. I don't know if it's on my end or her end. So talk to me, family. Let me know. Okay. I'm going to do something here. Uh-oh. Family, is it me or is it Divine Lady Never-Song? Are you all still hearing me? Oh, I'm fine. Okay, she was frozen. Okay, here she comes back in. Here we go. Hold on.
I touched the wrong button. My apologies.
Okay, okay, very good, very good. Okay, excellent. Continue. Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, so since I entered this community, like I said, in 2017, and then I had an opportunity to be a part of the temple and to become an initiated witch, Christian witch, I've been getting some, kahunas to do things because from Mexico, I bought a one-way ticket. Remember, I didn't know when I was
I
going.
remember you got your life in Mexico too, and
I
listen, no
got
days and
my
everything.
life in Mexico. I got my whole life in Mexico. Yes.
Let me read Colton's. Let me read Colton's message. Reverend Val, you've been such an inspiration to me, being a fellow Christian witch coming from a Pentecostal background. Wow, I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, we
Mhm.
ain't got to throw away church. We ain't got to throw away Jesus. We ain't got to throw away the Bible. You can keep all your magic and all your Christian. Just keep it all, integrate it all into one beautiful, harmonious whole.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yes.
Mexico was very powerful too because I never finished San Pedro, but Mexico is on my mind right now because I don't know if I mentioned it here on the channel before that my father was a great swimmer and he actually drowned in a rip current. So I don't do water. But I fell in love with the cenotes. Those cenotes were awesome.
I don't know why, but it sounds like your sound went a little bad.
Sure.
I hear static, but let me ask the
Yeah,
audience.
I'm not doing anything. Is it okay now? No, I can't hear you either.
It does still sound staticky. Maybe if you go out and come back in again.
Okay, let's try it.
And while finally did her does that, also known as Queen Vashti, her initiator name is Queen Vashti because when you're initiated started in the mystery school, you do receive a new name. So soon we'll be starting the mystery school up again with a new group of initiates in the mystery school. All the details are going to go on christianwitches.com. Okay, let me check on to my lady there's add to stream. Okay.
Is it staticky now?
Oh, it's very fascinating because
Yeah, something's going on here.
there's two of you here. Oh, no. Okay. Try it again. Let me see. Sound check. Do that again.
How is it sounding now?
Oh, yes. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it went so staticky.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's our cue.
Family, please, please, please forgive us. My phone went completely kaput dead. And all I can say is that I wanted to make sure and come back on here. I had to quickly charge my quickly hold on a second, add to stream. I had to quickly take my phone and plug it in because my phone went completely dead. Divine Lady and her talk, are you still with us? Thank you, family. Uh, we had a little technical difficulty there for a second. So I'm not sure. I think Divine Lady and her song may not still be with us. Well, what I wanted to do is I wanted to just thank you for being with us tonight and for celebrating these incredible witches, because wow, have they done a lot. They have done their studying. They have set up their laboratorium. They have gone through the lessons in the Christian Witches Mystery School. Initiation will be starting soon again. I am going to put that will all be up on the website very soon. Or maybe this is Divine Lady and her song coming back in. Maybe her sound is good. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, that's perfect. Yes. Go for it.
Yes, I can't remember what I was talking about last.
I think you were talking about when you came down to Mexico and you went to Chichen Itza, but then you were talking about San Pedro. You didn't complete your San Pedro experience.
Oh, it was a blessing that we had our other sister waiting for us at the hotel, because we were in a way. Queen Hadassah.
Y'all were completely gone.
Yeah, it stayed with me for a while. It's probably still with me right now. Hours, like I would say 24 hours.
Woo!
I was making noises, like cat noises, like kind of like that.
Yeah.
And we were checking in the hotel. And I was hissing at the lady.
And you were hissing at the lady. I know she was probably like, "Oh, I think you're on
like, what is going on?"
You know, in Peru, they're used to people being on plant medicine.
And my sister, Queen Hadassah, we ordered so much food because they were like, "You need to eat." We had so much room service. We had so much food. It was an awesome experience, though. And like I said earlier, I really got the impression that I was releasing millions of tears, thousands of tears for myself and my ancestors. I felt like these experiences that I'm having in, as a Christian witch doing plant medicine, and like these, I am the catalyst to release these generational curses. That's where I am with it. And I'm not just doing these things just for the experience for me. That may be the first thought that enters my mind, because I love an adventure. You say it, and that's how I get in trouble with Dr. B, Queen Hadassah.
Because Dr. B will ask you, "Want to go do something?" Yeah, and next thing you know, whoo!
Yes, you're on a mountain. It's cold. You can't breathe. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff.
Did y'all ride the horses up to the mountain, or how did y'all get up there? Y'all didn't ride the horses, did you?
No. When we got there to the mountain, because it took hours to even get to go up the mountain to where you get out the vehicle. It took hours to get there, and I think like 3 hours. And so when we got there, and
to go from Cusco to Rainbow Mountain took about 3 hours. Oh,
about 3 hours, and you're constantly going up. So
of course, because it's a mountain. It's up, and
because the altitude sickness is like, you have to have those cocoa leaves, because the altitude.
The cocoa leaves. Oh my goodness! Chew on the cocoa leaves and drink the cocoa leaf tea. You have to have it.
Yes. And then we stopped at this little place where they get you breakfast and everything, because you leave early in the morning, and then
like 3, 4 a.m. Is that about the time they came to get you?
Yeah, it was still dark. And then they stopped at this little eatery, and I like my food to look like.
Well, when you go to foreign countries, you get some very fascinating food experiences.
You can't be
wonderful and some not so much.
Right. But I mean, it was decent food. I just ate a lot of fruit, And then there was this dog that kept following me.
Well, there's a lot of dogs in Peru, ain't there? In Cusco, there's dogs everywhere. Yeah, there's a lot of
So
dogs.
yeah, at one point I had to get him together. Like, look, if you don't stop grabbing my sweater, and then he just went on his way.
Maybe he was cold.
Oh no. So we get back on the bus to go up the mountain because still got another hour and a half, 2 hours to go before we even get there. And we're having experiences like we're having headaches, nausea.
Because it's high up in the mountains. It's super high in the mountains. So altitude starts to do things to you.
Right. Yeah. So also keep in mind, family, that this is part of your experience, your journey.
This is part of the experience. This is part of the ascension experience. Yes.
Yeah. So we get there and we get out the car because we're ready to go. And Queen Hadassah already told me that she ordered some horses for us. Well, I'm a little lady. I'm only 4'11". So
you need one of those stools to step up to the stirrups. Yeah.
And I really never been on a horse. So as I'm approaching the horse, in my head, I'm saying, God, this is
going to work.
It's not going to work because this horse is very big. He's very tall. This ain't going to work out. And my prayers were answered immediately because here comes 2 guys on mopeds. And that's our transportation.
And they zipped you right on up the mountain.
They zipped us up on the back of a moped. Now we're on a mountain now, so it's cold and there's a little wind. But we're on the back of 2 mopeds, and they take us up a portion of the way. They don't take you all the way up because they can't.
Right.
Some people walk the whole way. Some people take horses, and we were blessed enough to get on the back of a moped.
Beautiful.
So
that was a nice manifestation. I like how y'all manifested that.
It was so nice. So now we have to get off the moped because we have to walk now. So I'm telling you, I would take 3 to 4 steps. At one point, I just sat on down. Queen Hadassah, she was gone and she went on up on one side, and I'll let her tell y'all all about that at some point. But it was definitely an experience. It's a situation where you will dig deep. It's a situation where you can't do it yourself. You're going to ask for spiritual help.
You have to ask for help. I love putting myself in those situations because when I was on walking the Inca Trail, doing San Pedro and walking the Inca Trail high in the mountains, I could not do it. Literally, physically, I could not do it. I'm a strong gal, and I'm super strong. And my Eastern astrology is metal ox, so I'm super strong. And I had to ask for help. You start calling on the ancestors. You start calling on the supernatural divine power within yourself because you know that this is not a human thing. It's beyond your human strength.
Yes. And I'm almost there now. I don't see Rainbow Mountain yet because it literally is a rainbow on the side of a mountain. Like
it's beautiful.
It's beautiful, but I can't see it yet. So I have a ways to go. Like you can go straight up or you can go around a bend, which I just so happen to see because I thought I was going to have to follow Queen Hadassah up. I just out of the blue, something was like, there's a little path to go around. Now, I didn't know it was going to take me to where I could actually see it. But I took a chance and I was like, well, I'm going that way. She went that way. I'm going to go this way. So and mind you, the whole way I'm taking like 3 or 4 steps and have to stop.
Yeah, so, that's how high the altitude, that's how high you are, huh?
Now dizziness is kind of setting in too.
Oh yes. Feeling like you're gonna pass out. Yeah.
And I said to myself, there is no way I'm gonna get this close to Rainbow Mountain and not see it. There's no way. I'm gonna see it. Okay. Yeah. So I went on around the bend as slow as it may have been. And once I got around there and I saw it, and I'm so happy now. And all the people that walked up the mountain that were on the bus with us, like they're congratulating everybody. And there's ladies up there. there are ladies up there that have the llamas with them.
Oh yeah, the llamas, our Peruvian ladies with the llamas. Oh yes.
Yeah. And they also have food up there, like some kind of soup or tea or something that you can purchase, right? Because it's a party now once you get to that point.
Because you done came all the way to the mountaintop. Oh my goodness.
Yes. So once I had the experience, I was like, okay, Lord God, I done seen Rainbow Mountain. Now you're gonna have to get me off of it.
You like Moses. You done brought me to the mountaintop, God. You about to see the finger right on the tents.
Yes. Yeah, because when you're walking, you're close to the edge. And there was a point that my foot kind of slipped. And I could have been rolling down the mountain. And I was
very
like,
happy that your foot did not slip. I'm very happy.
I'm glad as well. And so I just I was like, okay, we got to do this.
There's a scripture for that. There's, in Psalms it says, I shall give thee hinds feet on high places.
And that's what happened.
Isn't that what you said? Because we have that when we go to Sedona, we're on mountains.
Oh yeah.
And when we're in Peru, we're on mountains.
Yes.
And when I was in India, there was a big mountain. We were sleeping at the foot of the mountain. And in Bali, there's a big mountain right in the middle of Bali. That's actually a volcanic mountain. It says, I shall give you hinds feet on high places. And doesn't it also say you shall not even strike your foot against a stone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
And I dwell in the secret place of the Most High, safe under the shadow of the Almighty. Doesn't it say that?
Yes, it does.
I have nothing to fear.
Nothing.
Nothing to fear.
So yeah, I totally leaned on spirit, and that's how I got off the mountain. But remember, I'm only back to where the moped, what is it, the little motorcycle thing let us off. So our guys show up and they're like, where's your friend? And I'm like, I don't know where she is. So now goes the search for Queen Hadassah.
Bless me. Queen Hadassah is missing in action.
And I won't tell her story, but honey, she is somewhere that she didn't have no business being.
And she was having quite the adventure, wasn't she?
Yes, yes. And I was there again, and I was the vision in white, because we were all white on spiritual retreat.
Yeah.
And she looked up, and there I was. And she was so happy because she was literally lost. So yeah, it was beautiful experience. The whole thing was I got ripped off at the airport. I mean, it was something. I did the money exchange at the airport.
Oh yes, the money exchange.
Yeah, they literally
gave me cab, right?
Yeah, the cab, and they literally gave me fake money, but I couldn't communicate. I'll tell anybody, if you go to a foreign country and you don't speak the language, just be gracious and humble, and they will help you.
Yeah, they will definitely help you. Yeah.
And I ran into I met a few angels on the way, and they assisted me and everything. Everything was great. I don't feel any kind of way about the things that happen, because that's all resistance. Those are things that are coming up in my mind. My fear, ego is putting in front of me to, because I don't know what to expect. I actually got to Peru before anyone.
Wow. Because you arrived before the whole group arrived.
Yes. Wow. But I tend to do that to myself. I tend to do that. And I'll go ahead because I want to get comfortable and I want to, whatever. I was meeting Dr. B though. I was meeting Queen Hadassah. Yeah. So the way my flight was set up is I got there one day and she didn't come till the next day.
Okay.
Yes, but it was wonderful. I stayed at, I think it was called Samaya Hotel or whatever. It was a beautiful hotel, and I couldn't. My cab driver was trying to tell me that I had fake money because it
But I didn't understand that he was saying that I had been.
we went back and forth. We
Oh,
went
wait a
back and
minute.
forth for a little bit.
This money didn't come out of the cash machine, did it?
Yeah, no, it didn't. A person actually gave it to me.
Oh yeah.
So we
Because
kind
we
of.
always get money out the cash machine, and it's never a problem.
Oh, okay. Well, you learn. That's how you
Yeah.
learn. So
I don't even
the
go to money changers. I just go straight to the ATM and just pull out money.
ATM.
And
Yeah,
you just pull out money in the local currency from the ATM.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the cab driver tried to tell me, and I couldn't understand him. So I
Wow.
learned it when I was in Mexico. Just give him $5 US. It works.
Ooh, child, I'm telling you, you gave the man 100 pesos.
Well, look,
Meanwhile, some of
I
our
gave
whole Ubers here only cost something like 69 pesos,
yeah.
which is about $3.50. I've had 50-cent Ubers here in Mexico, 50-cent Ubers.
Yeah.
So
I learned
$5
$5. I learned that in
that's
Mexico.
100
I
pesos.
gave the
That's a
guy
huge
$5
amount of money.
when I got to your place. I gave the guy $5. Remember?
I
And they were so
remember.
happy. They were like, "What?"
Man, they thought they hit the jackpot.
Yeah. So,
But that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
yeah. So I did the same thing. I was like, I know $5 to take care of this, so let me just give him $5.
That's right.
And it was beautiful. It was
Yeah.
beautiful. And I got to my hotel early, and they let me in and got me all set up. The people were beautiful and gracious. They even used their translator to understand me, and it was wonderful. See how God takes care of you when you
Everything.
everything. It was so
Everything's
nice.
taken care of. I travel
Right?
all over the world. Everything's always taken care of, no matter what it looks like. It's all taken care of.
Yes, just be gracious and humble, and everything will happen for
And
you.
people are so kind. People take care of
Yes,
you. They help you. They know you're not from there. They help you.
they
Yeah,
help you. I
they
had the
do.
most amazing food, the most amazing people, and then my God, the manager the next day. This is when I found out my money was fake. When I tried to pay for my, and he says,
So the cab
I,
driver wouldn't take it. He was like,
he wouldn't take it.
lady.
He was like, you
No,
know.
in Spanish, he was trying to say this is fake money. So, okay, how did you find out it was fake money, counterfeit money?
Well, it's time for me to check out of my hotel and get my bag because one of my bags didn't come until the next day because I didn't pick it up in Lima. See, look at all these things that happen. But
Yeah, you have to pick up your luggage in Lima. Yeah.
Well, the
And
lady
go
told
through customs and then come back in again.
yes. Well, the lady in Atlanta told me it'll get to Cusco. So
They
I
tell
didn't look
you
for
that, but that's not true because they don't know. That's not
yeah.
true. Yeah.
So even with all these experiences, staying graceful and gracious and humble and not getting upset. That's how things work out
That's
for
right.
you.
Because if you get all high-headed and flustered and mad with people and blah blah blah, you're in a different vibration, and that is
Yeah.
not the vibration of solutions, and that's not
Yeah.
the vibration of flow and divinity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is correct. Yeah. So I had to have oxygen that night because I just had gotten there and I had a little headache or whatever. But they came up, they bought the machine, they hooked me up and tucked me in literally because I was in bed.
Oh, tucked
It
you
was
in
so
bed.
oh, it
That's
was
so
so beautiful.
beautiful. But they
Yeah.
take good care of us at our spot because we've been going there every year for many years. And so
Well,
our spot, this was a different place. This wasn't even our
yeah,
spot,
this was
huh?
a different place. Yeah. This was
Ooh,
at
beautiful.
Samaya Hotel.
Beautiful.
I
Very
found out my
nice.
was fake when I went to pay for my hotel. So the
Uh-oh.
manager, Carlos, he came and I was going to pay, and he's, trying to tell me, no, ma'am, this isn't, whatever. And he was nice enough to go get me real money. And
Oh.
it was beautiful. And he got
You
me a
mean
cab.
he took your counterfeit money and gave you real money for it?
No, I gave him, well, we couldn't do anything with the fake money, but I
Yeah.
gave him cash. I'm still trusting, I'm still believing. And he went
Yes.
down to the corner market and he got me some real money and brought
Oh,
it
well,
back.
that's beautiful. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it was
beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I could have been in a place of fear. Oh, I can't give this guy money. He's gonna run off with my money. Whatever
Yeah.
your fear can come up in your
The
head.
lower egoic mind, as a Course
Yeah,
in Miracles says, the ego is insane.
it is.
Hmm.
So I wasn't in that place, and he brought me my cash back, and it was beautiful. And then I went and picked up my luggage and met up with Dr. B. And then the shenanigans began.
And then y'all began your wonderful adventure of Rainbow
It was
Mountain.
wonderful.
Huh?
Yeah, it was amazing.
So
I
let me
I
ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. For the whole year of this intensive year in the mystery school, and you were at the mystery school when we first began
when
in
we first began
October
in Salem, in Salem.
2018 in Salem. We'll be going back
Yes,
to Salem again next year.
yes, I love Salem. I love
I
Salem.
freaking love Salem. So you were at
Uh-huh.
the very first classes of the
Yeah.
mystery school. You were at
Yeah.
mystery school classes in Sedona. You've done
Yep.
rituals, you've done plant medicine, you've done all of that. What's your favorite part about the mystery school?
Oh God. My
It's
favorite
so
part,
many things we do. It's so much.
so much that we do. It's the My favorite part that came to mind is the experiences that we have with each other.
Oh my
Just
goodness.
the sisterhood. And we
And
welcome
sisterhood and
brothers.
brotherhood, because
We
Robert and
welcome
all of
brothers
them could
too,
do
yes.
stuff too.
We just don't have any in our in our temple at this moment. But just the whole experience, just loving on each other. We're all from all over the United States. And I think we had somebody that wasn't in the United States at some point, but we don't get to see each other on a regular basis. So when we do, it's a reunion. It's
Mm.
it's beautiful, it's joyful. And don't get me wrong, we have experiences because you're
Oh, we
gonna
do
get
have experiences, and it ain't kumbaya walking on roses
no.
with the elves and the fairies every moment either.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're intense
this is
experiences.
real life. This is real life
Real.
stuff.
It is.
And
And people
we
really
were,
get on your nerves. And
yeah,
sometimes your roommate snores. And
yeah.
sometimes I would know I snore, but I mean, hey,
I do
and
too.
sometimes people don't do what you want them to do. What
Yeah,
can you do? We have real experiences. It ain't
real
a whole
no.
riding a unicorn across the
Yeah.
rainbow.
Right. What they say, unicorns, Skittles and unicorns or something. No, it's not
Yeah,
all that. We
no, it's not.
actually go in and you're going to have experiences, but we work through those experiences because we know universal law and we got the 7 and the 9, and we know to utilize those to get us over this hump so that we can be harmonious again and we can have those wonderful moments on a rock in the middle of the night underneath a full moon making magic.
With your
So we can
fire.
yes,
Woo!
with fire. Yes, it was beautiful. It was cold as heck though, I'll tell y'all that. It was cold. So
It
it's
was
not
cold the
always
last couple of
joyful.
times we were in Sedona.
Yeah.
It was chilly. It was
Sedona is
nippy.
cold in December.
Yeah, it is. It sure
Very
is.
cold. Yeah.
So, what would
So
you tell anyone considering coming to the mystery school, considering initiation? How was your initiation experience? That was pretty.
oh, appreciation
Of
was
course, we can't
absolutely
talk about the specifics of that
no, no,
because, of course, that
no.
happens. You
Yeah.
know.
It was magical. Let me say that. It was very magical. And it's something that I'll never forget. And which your initiation should be something that you'll never forget because you're entering you're entering the next step as you're initiated. It's almost like you're walking through a door
Mm.
to you're privy to something that not everyone is privy to when you're initiated because this is a spiritual experience. So and at that point, you realize these things by the time you get to a point. By the time you do a whole year of Temple of Mayat, you know that you're about to step over another threshold and enter another I don't want to necessarily say dimension, but I
It is
mean
a
you
it is another dimension.
right. So you shouldn't
Yes.
question spirit. Spirit gave me dimension, but I wanted to do something else. So yeah, I would say if you want to absolutely get your life, and I mean just really say, I know nothing. I know absolutely nothing,
Mm.
because that's one thing that you have to admit to. I know nothing. Like this universe is so massive that I can't possibly know everything. So forget everything you think you know, because you don't know anything. In the scheme of things, you know nothing. And just be ready to, you know how in the Indiana Jones movie, when he had to step out there and the rock would appear, or for him to place his foot.
It didn't
See,
appear until he stepped out.
exactly. It didn't appear till he stepped out. So that's how this works. That's how it is. And yeah, I guess some people can say faith, you stepping out on faith. Um, but just knowing that the universe is always working for your highest and greatest good. Just knowing that, you know you're going to be okay, even when it gets rocky. And the mystery school is great in helping you to understand some of the basics. The 7 and the 9, you know, we learned those in the temple too. The temple of Mayat. Uh, we learn the tools to use. We get information that's going to, when something shows up, you know this is resistance. And you resistance, I see you. You're not going to get me. And you're going to keep
Mhm.
going, because you
Mhm.
have you're doing the great work to evolve your soul to the next level of your evolution, so that eventually you won't have to come back and do this anymore.
Hello.
But if we get our lessons, this is why you're here. So you're on your divine path, and you're doing what's necessary to live your purpose and serve humanity. So yeah, this mystery school is a great place to start. We have so much fun, but we also do the work. You're gonna do the work if you're in this mystery school, if you're in this temple.
Absolutely. And you're going to see yourself, all of
You're going
yourself.
to see all of it. The
You
good, the
might not
bad.
like what you see, but you can't say you didn't see it.
Right. Yeah. The good, the bad, the ugly. And it's not
All of
always
it.
going to be roses, but everything that happens here in the mystery school and in the temple is love. It's based on love, because there's only love or fear. That's it. If you want to keep living in fear, okay, you can do it. You can't do it wrong, but you can do it long.
Hello.
Meaning, meaning, all right, how long you want to do it? The universe
How
doesn't
long you want? How many
care. 'Cause
lifetimes you want to keep doing this? You want to keep
right,
rolling,
there's
riding on the roller coaster for 7 more lifetimes? Go right ahead.
go right ahead. There's no
The
such thing
universe
as
will
time.
fully support you in doing it too.
Yeah.
But I don't
Yes.
choose that. I
No.
choose to ascend now. That's what I choose. I choose it now.
Yeah.
How about be God now? How about that?
Yeah. And all those process people. Oh, I'm going through the process. No, there's no process with God. You can have a process, but it can be instantaneously. It all just starts with a decision. So you make a decision to say, I'm gonna change my life, and I'm gonna
Isn't
go
that
through
the
the
truth?
steps, because there's levels to this thing. There's levels,
Yeah,
and you can
there's
do it.
levels.
You can do it.
You can do it.
I never
Lynn
thought
is a
I
member of.
would. I was a 14. Yeah, I was a 14-year-old mother. I never thought I would be at this place, having these experiences, taking plant medicine, traveling the world, just doing all these wonderful things, buying one-way tickets to Mexico, making like, I don't know when I'm going back, when I get ready.
Exactly, and deciding when you how long you're going to be there, and not having to be beholden to a particular schedule.
Yes, it's
There's a
amazing.
it is an amazing life.
Hmm.
Lynn asked the question. Someone wanted to know if you get whipped with a broomstick. Did you get whipped with a broomstick on your initiation, Divine Looking in herself?
You have to find out.
I do no whipping, so I can answer that as the headmistress of the mystery school, the current headmistress of this mystery school, and this mystery school will outlive me. I do no whipping.
Yes, no whipping. There was no whipping.
No whipping. However, you will have trials. They call it the trials of initiation, don't they?
Yes, and
You
there
will
were
have
trials.
trials.
There
If
were
everybody
trials.
could do it, what's the benefit?
Right. There were
Y'all did
trials.
a y'all did a lot of huge ish over this weekend. I mean, this year. It was incredible. And
Yeah.
here, this fall equinox, as we're having this conversation in the fall equinox to complete your beautiful journey of several witches, the three of you, I thank the three of you for being gracious with your time and showing up to share with the family. I didn't pay them, family, to come and share with you all some of
Mhm.
their experiences. So these are just three of the witches from the mystery school, and we have many witches that have been
Yeah.
through the mystery school that are not here on camera with us, that have done incredible
Yeah.
transformation work, that have done incredible plant medicine experiences, that do incredible rituals, incredible healing, that are incredibly powerful. So you're not seeing all the witches, you're seeing some of them. And I got to tell you, I have to give a shout out to every witch, wizard, and magical being who has ever came through the mystery school. Because
Yeah.
wow, these are incredible beings. All of you are
Yes.
incredible beings.
It's awesome. It
Amazing.
was it's so amazing. I love this community and I'm here to serve this community. I've had wonderful experiences and that, I'm one of those people. I'm kind of a free spirit, I'm a Sagittarius. We get kind of flighty sometimes. Like we just go with the wind. Like we just go with the wind, the air witch. Yeah.
Yeah, the air witch.
You-
That's me over here. Libra over here.
you went
Okay, we got
out.
another question. Jesus did hide out in Egypt for a bit. Is that your
Yeah.
reason for Ankh earrings? Oh, that is a good question, Joshua. The Ankh earrings. I'll share a little bit with you about why the Ankh earrings today, because the Ankh, of course, is a symbol of everlasting life. I have an Ankh tattoo as well. The Ankh tattoo was the very first tattoo I ever got. So the Ankh symbolizes the phallus
Yeah.
entering in the womb, and then all life. The cross part represents eternal life. So this
Mm-hmm.
is love, divine connection, divine union, and masculine, feminine energies, and life eternal, prosperity, immortality. The Ankh symbolizes so much, right?
Yeah.
So I wore the Ankhs tonight, because we really have to give a big honor. We pay honor to Mayat. Mayat is the patron of the initiates. And the initiates are initiated in the temple, the Mayat Temple of Love, Light, and Truth, which is the ecclesiastical arm of Christian witches. And so we have the Mystery School, Christian Witches Mystery School, CCW. You can come to the Mystery School anytime you like. And the Mystery School is a traveling school. We go all over the world. And you can come to classes. You don't have to commit to being initiated. You can be in the Mystery School and come to one class or come to 20 classes. It doesn't have a long-term commitment. If you enter the initiatory program is in the Temple of Mayat, the Mayat Temple of Love, Light, and Truth. And Mayat is the goddess, the cosmic force. Some people call her a goddess, or you can call her a cosmic force. Cosmic force of order, of cycles, of the absence of chaos, right? We have Mayat and we have Isfet. Isfet is chaos, destruction. And Mayat is cosmic order. And Mayat really holds the whole universe, almost holds the whole universe together. And it is said that Mayat is the divine feminine companion or the consort of Thoth. And Thoth, as we know, is the great Hermes, who is the one who brought us writing, magic,
Yeah.
math, science, literature, poetry, on and on, right? Keeper of the word and of magic. And so it is said that Thoth is the divine counterpart to Ma'at. And Ma'at is who is the patron of all of our priests and priestesses who are initiated in the temple. So they get robes. You all will see their robes. I don't even have the robe with me, Queen Vashti, and you get a new name when you're initiated as well. The robes are under safekeeping over in the vault. I don't even have the robes with me, but I'm going to show the robes next time I go there, so that when you all receive it, you know we got so much delicious energy on the robes. The robe is white, and it does have the mystery school insignia in gold, and it is a hooded robe for sacred ceremony, for ritual, for magic, for all of it. It's beautiful. Isn't the robe beautiful?
It is beautiful. And I'm glad to have had a part in helping get that designed and ready for. Oh my
God, you did it. You were the one that found it.
Yeah.
You did it.
So, that was nice that he brought up the unks, because just before this, I had my spiritual bath, and I had my my ankh, my nice size ankh on the altar while I did my spiritual goddess bath before this session. So yeah, the power of the Ma'at and the divine feminine is here. She's here.
She is right here. She is right here. And Egypt, as we know, holds the ancient mysteries, and our mystery school is patterned on the ancient mystery schools and the ancient mystery teachings of Egypt, Kemet, Kush, of course, Sumeria. All of the ancient mystery schools had the same focus. And the focus of the ancient mystery schools was for you to become one with your divinity. That is, there's only one reason for a mystery school. It's not for you to make more money, even though that's going to happen naturally. It's not for you to get a better love life, even though that's going to happen. It's going to eliminate those cruddy lovers that you got right now. It's and dysfunctional relationships. It's not for you to have a bigger house. It is for you to realize your true divine nature and become one, to be able to say, I and the Father are one. Yes. That was the purpose of all the mysteries.
Father are one. Yes. Amen.
Amen. Amen, saints. Amen. Amen, church. Amen. I'm gonna start speaking in tongues now. Come on now. Yes, indeed. So we understand the purpose of the mystery schools, and once you know your God, it's game over. It's game over. What could be hard for a being that knows their God?
Nothing.
What could be impossible for you when you are a being that knows you are God?
Nothing.
Nothing's impossible for you.
Nothing.
With God, infinite consciousness, all things are possible. Isn't that what it says?
Yes.
It says, now with men, this might not be possible. With God, infinite consciousness, source, I am, presence, all things are possible.
All things.
All you have to do is realize your God nature, and it's game over. That's it. That is the whole focus of the mystery school. And initiation is a powerful step. And do we remember that initiation means initiating? It means starting something. It doesn't mean an ending. So this is not a culmination. This is the beginning of a whole new chapter, isn't it? After initiation, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is very much so.
It's beautiful. So how can people get in touch with you? This has been such a delicious conversation.
And I do early mornings. I get up really early in the morning to start my day. So I love y'all because I'm still here.
I know. And I thank you for that, because it's late where you are, right?
It's late. And so yes, I'm all about the advancement of this human society into the next level. You can reach me at Divine Lady Ninhursag on Facebook, Divine Lady Ninhursag at gmail.com. Also Divine Lady Ninhursag on Instagram. And the spelling is there. It's spelled just like that. So yeah, I can be reached on all social media and email. So I look forward to assisting anyone that reaches out to me. I do coaching, and I'm here to assist you. I unify in order to evolve. So yes, that's the first part of my galactic signature, and I always do that. Yes, I unify in order to evolve. So it's not just about me. It's not just about you. It's about us coming together and doing this thing. So yes, I'm available. Just reach out to me, and I promise you, I'll get right back to you.
I love it. I love it. And the
Mhm.
new classes of the Mystery School, the next group of initiates will start in January on the new moon, January of 2022, on the new moon, and they will be having their graduation on the winter solstice, December of 2022. So we get another delicious year with another group of
Oh, cold.
delicious, delicious.
Don't
Can't wait. Can't wait. We get our hands on some more witches and wizards and magical beings. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. Divine Lady Net her song, I love you. Oh my goodness, I love you so much. The way you have taken care of me, taken care of our community, uh, grown, evolved, and just brought your energy and all of you, and always willing to just jump in there and do what is required, what needs to be done, anywhere, anytime. Oh, I freaking love you. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I love you all too. That's why I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve.
You are pure gold. So thank you. Thank you for being here. We love you.
You're
All
welcome.
right, family, it's a wrap. It is Witchy Wednesday. It is the fall equinox. And I know
Yes.
y'all get ready to get into the rituals, right? Your fall
Oh,
equinox
I
rituals. I think I
I-
have a fall equinox prayer in Magical Prayers for the Christian Witch. I'm
Oh,
gonna look
okay.
up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have a fall equinox prayer in there and ritual with the essential oils and the tarot card to meditate on. And if you are catching up with the Christian Witches blog, um, you'll see there that on the Christian Witches blog, we have quite a few excerpts from spellcrafting for the Christian Witch, and the Christian Witches podcast is up to now on the Christian Witches website. So, oh my God, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. We got a lot of guests. I'm lining up quite a few guests to come on the Christian Witches podcast. So that's gonna be so fun. Plus, on the Christian Witches YouTube channel, I'm doing a whole new series now. Lots of shorts about Christian Witchcraft 101, because people are actually typing that into a Google, like they're searching Christian Witches 101. Like, can you break this down for me? So I'm having fun with that. I'm having a lot of fun with that. So, family, we love you. We love you. We love you. Have a beautiful night. Love you, Divine Lady Ninhersa. Love you, Icy. Love you all. Love you, Dr. Queen Hadassah. Love you, all of the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful students in the Mystery School. I love you. Mwah. Peace. Thank you. Love y'all.